Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Keely and today we are going to start the Persian tile blanket by Janie Crow. I have a lot of Serdar DK weight yarn that is just really starting to pile up, especially since Serdar has announced that they will be doing a spring cowl for 2026. So I need to get rid of some of these scraps and make room for the new scraps that I'm gonna have when that blanket is done as well. So I have a lot of kind of pastel, summery, springy colors that I'm going to kind of stick with for the theme of the blanket. I do have some of the more vibrant, kind of moody colors like the Signal Red, which is just like a fire truck red, and a nice like royal blue and a really nice purple, but those are all I feel too vibrant for the palette that I kind of have picked out here. I will show that here in a moment. I also have quite a lot of colors, and since I am going to have this be kind of a stash busting project, I don't really know what colors I want to choose, so I'm just going to pull up just a random color generator and have it choose colors for me for each of the octagons, granny squares, and triangles that I will need to make for this blanket. So here is my palette. I did a little bit of organizing to where I kind of have oranges on this side over here with this more very orangey red color. And then I have a lot of different yellows, some different pinks, and then I have blues and greens. So this is the palette I have to choose from. I do have some larger skeins that have not been used at all yet before. So if I do run out of any of these colors and I kind of want to replace it with a color that I already have, I do have that option. All right, so I have it's coolers.co, and I'm just going to use this and try to generate some colors for the first tile. Okay, I do have some colors here. I don't have this kind of dark gray one at the bottom, so I am going to grab these first colors. So this is like a light blue with this yellow. Now I think for the first Persian tile it takes like 7 colors, so I'm gonna just run this one more time. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pick these colors in the middle here, just so I can kind of make the spread of colors a little different. So this has a pink. Okay, so these are the colors for the first tile. Pretty all over the place and pretty vibrant, but I'm sure once all these colors are put together into the actual tile square that it's gonna look really nice. So let's get started. All right, round 1 done. Round 2. Round 3. All right, round 4 is done. Round 5 is done. Round 7 is done. I'm really glad that it changes back to the copper because it really makes the scrappiness of all the colors tie in really nicely. So I think this is turning out really, really pretty. All right, here is the finished tile. So last I left on, I think I ended on row 9, I want to say. And then my battery died, so I was feeling lazy and I didn't want to get up and get a new one, so I ended up just finishing this out. And it has also been a couple of days since that last clip, and I've just been working on this every time I had a free moment. I haven't been consistently working on it. Like, if I had been, I think I would have got this done in a lot shorter of a time frame, but because I wasn't, and I was just working on it, you know, 10 minutes, 30 minutes here and there, that it took me a lot longer than it probably normally should. I'll hold this up again, but it is completely done. I still have to block it. The pattern recommends blocking it, but I wove in all the ends today. I'm challenging myself to try to make one of these tiles, then weave in the ends before I can actually make the next one, because I don't want to have all those ends to weave in when I'm ready to put the blanket together. So here it is again. This is the front. And then here is the back. I was a little worried that the colors wouldn't look very good together, but it actually turned out really nice. And so now that I have all the ends woven in and this is officially done, I can start the next tile. So one thing I want to do differently is when I chose the colors for this one, I had just a random color generator up on my phone, and I just hit the randomizer button and it gave me color options. And then from those, since that generator only generated 5 different colors, I needed 7 total. So I just spun it again and then kind of chose colors that kind of matched up to what it came up to. But I feel like a more efficient way is just to have a spin the wheel color generator. And I've inputted all the colors that I have. I have even the colors that I've already used, but if that shows up on this wheel, I am just going to re-roll. I want to try to get through most of the colors first before I start reusing colors. So if that color pops up, I'm just going to spin again. So without further ado, I'm going to spin the wheel here and we'll see what color we get first. Okay, and we get pink, which I believe is this one. Let me check the color name. Some of these I had labels in and some of I didn't. Okay, yes. So our first color here, pink. Also, I want to mention, so the order in which these come up, that is the order in which I'm going to use it in the pattern. So the pink is going to be this red color here. So there's our first color. I'm going to spin again because I need 7 total, so I need to spin this 6 more times. Okay, our second color is another new color. This is Bluebell. So I'll add that. And we'll spin again. Okay, then we have Cornfield, which is this like nice rich yellow color. And I need 4 more colors, so spin again. And we got the color Grass, which I believe is this one right here. Let me check the label. Yes, right here is our next color. Next up, okay, it almost landed on Grass again, but we got this light green color. It looks a little neon on the camera, but it's just a light pastel green. 2 more. Okay, next up, we have this iced pink. And our last color, okay, so the last color is our Cupid here. Okay, so here is the spread of the colors. This, I think, just based on the last one, I think this will turn out really nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. All right, so this second one is done. I didn't film any of it because I was kind of working on it off and on, and I just didn't feel like filming any of it. But here is how it turned out. I think it looks so good. I think I actually like it more than the first one. And as a reminder, but I don't know, both of them have their own uniqueness to them. They both look really, really good. And I am honestly surprised that the randomness from this has just made it look so good. I do still have all the ends to weave in for this tile, but I want to go ahead and pick out or spin the wheel for the colors for the next tile, because my friend is coming over later and we're just gonna have a little Fiber Friday and hang out, crochet, talk, you know. And I want to have these colors picked out and ready to go so that when she gets here, that's what we can work on while we're hanging out. All right, so the first color that we got was lemon. So I have that here. It's funny, in the first two already, we have gotten a variation of the yellow, which, I mean, I do have a lot of variations of all the colors, but it's kind of funny that so far yellow has been in all of them. The next color we have is auburn. Okay, then we have lagoon blue. We have this color, which is called gilt. Okay, then finally a color we haven't gotten yet is this oyster pink right here. Okay, now the next color is this lemongrass, and our final color is going to be this one right here, light orange. All right, so now that I have my colors picked out, I am going to go back to this other tile and I'm going to work on weaving in these ends before I start this third one. All right, good evening everyone. So I have finished, I actually finished this morning, but I finished weaving in all the ends for this second tile. Round one done. Good morning. So last night for the tile blanket, I'm not exactly sure where I left off, but I did finish the fans, and after finishing the fans, I realized that I made a mistake on the color order for this specific tile. This morning I had to frog back a couple of rows that I've done and redo them, and here is what we're looking like now. So where I made the mistake was this orange right here. I had done that in this green, and obviously, as you can see here, that needed to be changed. What I probably should do is keep like the first tile that I made beside me, just so I can see what color needs to go where, because reading it off the pattern, the pattern tells you what color, but that's for more static colors. It's not for the randomness that I'm doing. So I keep having to triple check and make sure that I'm grabbing the right color in the order that I need it for according to the pattern. So I think having a sample tile next to me is really going to be very beneficial in the long run. So now that I have the outline done for the fans, I just have like 4 or 5 more rows, and then this tile will be complete, and then we can spin again for our 4th tile. I'm hoping I can get this tile done and the 4th tile, and that'll be 4 tiles in 1 week, so I feel like that is pretty good with how detailed these tiles are. So without further ado, let's get started on that. Okay, so we just finished round 13. I think it looks so nice. I was a little worried with the colors for this one. I thought they were going to be a little too muted, but with this really bright orange and the bright green, it's making everything just kind of pop. So we have one more round, and then this 3rd tile will be finished. So let's do that. Alright, we have finished the last round for this tile. We still have a lot of ends to weave in, but the tile is officially done. So that makes tile number 3. We still have 13 more to do, but I think that is where we will end today's video. Just before we officially end off, I want to share these again. So here is the first one. Ends all woven in. Looks pretty good. And then here is the second one. The ends on this one are also woven in. And then, like you just saw, the 3rd one. All in all, these came out so much better than I could have expected. I'm really happy doing this method of choosing the colors because it's putting colors together that I wouldn't have thought to put together initially, and each one is surprising me. Like, I really liked the first one, and then I really liked the second one, and now I really like the 3rd one. I don't know which one is exactly my favorite. I think each one I make is my new favorite. So right now the 3rd one is my favorite. They're really pretty, and I'm so excited to continue this series and see what else this colored wheel generator comes up with. Let me know in the comments which one is y'all's favorite. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one.